Good morning. Happy week 9, day 1. I am starting over with the 28-day cycle just because it's easier to keep track of days if it's just 28 of them instead of 900 million. So, week 9, day 1, you're at a different angle. That's the other side of my garage. That's my husband's side of the garage. But right now I'm doing upper body. I'm currently doing lats. And I think I do need to take the creatine. I'm feeling weak. So I'm gonna start taking it again today. I might even do a loading week where I do like 1 5 milligram because I know my stomach can handle that, and maybe like another couple milligrams later in the afternoon. But I'm gonna see if that helps. I know you need like a week to load on, so maybe by next week I'll be feeling better. We'll see. But I think I'm missing it. I think I am missing it because I feel weak still. So let's just get back to this workout and I'll see you afterwards. So I finished in the gym and I did my upper body day. I did skip hang holds and scapular pull-ups because I just don't have the energy. I'm gonna try and get them in later. And then it is pouring rain today, so I'm gonna try and get a run in today, but it'll probably be on the treadmill. And then right now, as always, I start every morning with a protein coffee and I'm just finishing it. So I put protein, espresso, 2% milk, and currently collagen powder, so good amount of protein in it. And then, yeah, I stretched, and I'm gonna finish this protein coffee, and then I'll probably eat late because of that. I know this has absolutely nothing to do with fitness, but look at the new life on this current. This thing is my favorite thing ever. If I ever move, I will be replanting another currant because this thing specifically is a black currant, and these yellow buds all over it smell like clove when they open. Oh my god, it's my favorite scent of the year. It's overpowering sometimes and it's intense, and I could cry thinking about it. And I have a currant tattooed on my arm, and we took pictures of this, and this is what it's based off of, but it's a different color because of the color scheme of my tattoo. But yeah, so new life is coming to my home. Kind of giggling to myself after showing you the new life of my currant at my front door because my cat killed a mouse and there's a dead mouse at my back door. So I don't know what this means, but there's death at my back door and new life at my front door. Death of the past and birth of the future. Who knows? We'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna eat some bread though. I'll show you as soon as it gets out of the toaster. I'm having half a piece of my coconut, walnut, pineapple bread that has oats and chia seeds and flax meal and hemp seeds and all this stuff. Anyways, I did burn it a little bit. It'll be fine. I'm sure it'll taste fine. This is probably like 4 to 5 grams of fiber and probably between 10 to 15 grams of protein. I'm not that hungry this morning, so I'm just gonna have some peanut butter toast. There's quite a bit of peanut butter on this, so I would say about 10 grams of protein in the peanut butter, 5 grams of protein in the bread, and then 2 grams of fiber in the bread and 2 to 3 grams of fiber in the peanut butter. So we're sitting about 25 to 30 grams of protein this morning and about 10 to 11 grams of fiber. I do not want to, but I am going to try to do at least 30 minutes of 5 on, 1 to 2 minutes off. I love myself. I'm doing this because I love myself. I'm gonna keep saying that. 2.01 miles in 32 minutes and 36 seconds at a 16:15 pace. And I am dripping sweat, so that was a good workout. I put creatine and iron. Oh, yep, there was iron in that. In the rest of my electrolytes, and I just finished that. Back on day 1 of the creatine. I swear, if this is like, if I'm back to like 15k steps next week and this week, I'm gonna never run out of this stuff again, because I have not been able to hit that for like, I hit one day last week, and I don't even think, maybe one day the week before. So yeah, let's get back to it, or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna, after that run, I need to stretch again. My calves hurt. Also, it's like a non-scale victory win, but in that run I did not go into zone 4 once, which is like, sucks for the intensity minutes, but heck yeah, for the heart being stronger. Like, you may not be able to see that my heart is stronger, but she's getting stronger, and that's really incredible. So I'm really, really proud of that win. Only zone 2 and zone 3, and like 3 minutes of zone 1. And that's because I walked for 5 minutes to kind of like warm up. I mean, I did a warm up, but then I did like a 5-minute walk to warm up again. And then I ran 5 minutes on, 2 minutes off, and I did that 4 rounds. So it was 2 miles. Really good. Feeling really good. I did not do it on an incline one because my calves were screaming. So I was kind to myself, and it was an easier run, but it was still hard. I don't know what is up with my tummy, but it just cannot handle much. So I have some cottage cheese mixed with some pineapple and then some raspberries on top. And I'm gonna hope I eat more later. I'm gonna have some of these dried mangoes. I am hungry, so I'm gonna have some Kerrygold cheese and some ketchup apple. Ugh, my tummy today is just not in it. My stomach was having, or my husband was having stomach problems all week, so I hope we haven't just like been fighting off a bug and now I'm fighting it off, but this is all I could eat. Tonight for dinner, I'm having a buffalo chicken dip. It's got pinto beans, onion, zucchini, garlic, chicken, cheddar cheese. I think that's everything. Salt and pepper, sure. I'm gonna eat it with some chips. Update, I added some Greek yogurt. It wasn't creamy enough. For dessert, I'm having one of these Kirkland chocolate almond ice cream bars. So it is Thursday, and I did intervals this morning, and now I'm gonna go on a short hike, maybe some intense elevation gain. We'll see how it goes with my new friend. So I'm gonna try and get some video this time. It probably won't be enough for whole videos, so it'll probably just be included in my weekly vlog. But here we go.
Oh, no, sit down. Sit. Stay. 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 Look at me. Yeah.
I just finished my hike. It was a little snowy. I don't know if you can tell. But we did 2.28 miles and 440 feet of elevation gain, and I need to go dry off. Good morning, y'all. It is Saturday. I think it's day 6 now. I'm not going to keep track of that. I decided I'm just going to say it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Sunday is always my rest day. My husband and I are going on a run, and I am going to be shooting for 5 minutes on, 2 minutes off, and I am going to try for 2.5 miles. So We'll see if I can do that. We'll see how far he makes it. It'll be a fun morning. So it looks really beautiful out. The snow melted. So it's dry out there. So let's get this thing done. Oh, I was trying to show you my watch and I accidentally closed it out. 2.59 miles in 38 minutes and like 12 seconds. I did leave my husband behind. I'm sorry, husband. But that was a PB, longest run, most amount of running. Oh, I feel incredible. My calves hurt, but I feel ready for this 5K. I just need to make it 0.5 miles longer, and I can do that in a couple of weeks. I have 4 weeks left, so celebration. I forgot I was supposed to be vlogging my food, and I just ate a piece of peanut butter bread. So that's like 5 grams of fiber and like 15 grams of protein. I also drink some electrolytes on my run, like one of those squeezy water bottle thingies. I'm doing good. It was my husband's birthday last night, so we went out to a local barbecue restaurant. So I have a rib, some potatoes, some baked beans, and some, they call it coleslaw. That is not coleslaw. There is no mayonnaise in it. It's just a vinegar dressing on a cabbage salad. So yeah, it's gonna be delicious, and it'll hit my protein and fiber targets. Having a piece of this like Dubai chocolate chunk. This is much smaller than it looks, but it's still pretty big. I need a snack, so I'm gonna have one of these nut bars. It has 8 grams of fiber and 5 grams of protein. Tonight's dinner is one of my regulars. It's taco bowls on fried potatoes, but instead of using the deep fryer, we tried, I had to get a new oven, and we tried the air fryer mode on it. It's okay, but the deep fried potatoes are way better. But it's got air fried potatoes, cheese, hamburger, beans, bell peppers, onions, garlic, tomatoes, Greek yogurt, and greens. For dessert, I'm having this chocolate covered vanilla ice cream bar with almonds from Kirkland. I forgot we were gonna have a fire and s'mores tonight, but that's not gonna stop me. So this is 2 fudge stripe cookies and a marshmallow I burned. I'm having another one, this time with 2 marshmallows, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it because I moved my body a lot today, and I am happy with the work I did. Good morning, y'all. So it is Sunday of week 9. It is my rest day. And I was just going over my workouts for the week that I like log and just looking at where I was at. I didn't up anything on Monday, my arm workout. But I did do a longer run on Monday. I did 20 minutes of running, which is like at that time was like my second best amount of running. And then Tuesday I did an incline run walk. Let's see, I did 5 minutes on 2, 2.5 minutes on 4, and 2.5 minutes on 6, and 1.5 minutes on 8 incline. And then I did that same thing in the afternoon. So I got like total of 24 minutes of running on Tuesday. It was just in 2 runs. And then Wednesday was leg day, and I upped my squats to 115 pounds. And I upped my hamstring curls to 60 pounds. And then I just tried to get more intensity minutes by doing lower incline walks this week on Wednesday. So it was like 3 to a 4 incline. I actually tweaked my back when I was picking up one of my weights, a 20-pound dumbbell. I can do 115 pounds on the squat press, but I pick up a 20-pound dumbbell and I tweaked my back. So, it was hurting, but I was like, I wonder if like walking would help loosen it up. And so, I went on the treadmill instead of going out for a walk because I didn't want to be stuck outside, like hurt myself somewhere along the walk. So I went on the treadmill and I think I started at like 1.5 speed and then just like really slowly allowed my back to work it out. I did somatic meditation while I was doing it. And then by the end of it, I was on an incline of 4 and like a speed of like 2.6, so that's pretty good. And then Thursday, my back was still hurting just ever so slightly, but I was like, I'm just gonna try my run, and like Thursdays are an actual run, they're like running at a very fast speed, well, fast for me. But I was like, I'll try running, and if my back starts hurting, I'll stop. But I made it 1.5 minutes on, 1.5 minutes off, 6 times. So that was fantastic. And at that, when I was running at a speed of 6, which is really fast for me. And like that is something I'm struggling with right now. I see these videos of like, come run with me as a slow runner, and then their pace is like 9 to 10 minutes per mile. Yeah, yesterday one of my miles was over 15 minutes. So like when you're calling yourself a slow runner and you're under 10 minutes or at 10 minutes, like you're not a slow runner. You're not a slow runner. You're just comparing yourself to other people and calling yourself a slow runner. And so like I'm over here comparing myself to them, which isn't any better, calling myself a slow runner. But I'm not gonna do that. I've been working on not comparing myself to people by like if I'm judging someone's journey, I'm sitting there going like, why are you judging their journey right now? Like that's their journey. They're exactly where they need to be, right? Like if they're falling off their workouts, it's because they need to be falling off their workouts. They are learning something from falling off their workouts. Then there's the comparing myself to their journey. My journey is different than their journey. Comparing myself to a 10-minute runner when I'm a brand new runner with asthma, like I am literally so proud of the run I did yesterday and all the runs I did this week. And so I got to remind myself when I see this, like comparing myself to their journey is not helpful because their journey is their journey and my journey is my journey. And we have 2 very different journeys. We can't compare. There's no reason to compare. So, anyways, so then Thursday afternoon, I just walked. I did not get to 10,000. Sorry about that. I did not get to 10,000 steps on Wednesday because of my back, even with like walking it out for a while. And then I did not get to 15,000 steps at all this week, which is fine because like I've been working more on like getting the intensity minutes versus getting the steps, because I think I'm actually like if I'm in zone 1 versus not in zone 1 at all, like I think I'm burning more calories and more fat and stuff. So I'm trying to keep it into that zone 1. So then I walked on Thursday. No. I went on a hike on Thursday. I had snow all over my hat. I went on a hike on Thursday with my friend, and then Friday was core, and I upped my seated rows, and I upped, there's something else I upped. Don't remember. And then Friday I just incline walked after in the afternoon. Saturday you saw that I went on a run, and honestly, like I literally felt so good about that all day yesterday. I woke up this morning going, I ran 2.6 miles yesterday, and like no one can tell me I didn't run it just because I ran it, or whatever. You cannot take this feeling of pride away from me because I am proud of myself. And so I'm really excited about this next week, and I'm already like, let's get running, let's run more, let's run more. I'm a little disappointed I didn't get to go on a run today, but I need to let my body rest, so I'm gonna do that. And yeah, so today is a rest day, and I did get my creatine in all week. Also, the other thing is Thursday before my hike, I went to the doctor, the lady doctor, and honestly, I had really bad PTSD because the last time I went to that specific doctor's office with a different doctor, she's recently moved doctors, and they tried to put me with that doctor first, and I refused. But she took me into this little room. I tried to talk to her about my problems. She told me there was nothing she could do for me. She wouldn't take my blood. She didn't even look at my labs. She didn't even look in my chart. She didn't even have it with her. And she just told me there was nothing she could do for me, and then like lectured me on men's health. And when I told her like I don't need a lecture on men's health right now, she got visibly upset. And then I was like apologizing as I left, and I'm like, when I finally like got out of there, I was like bawling my eyes out in my car. And like when I finally got like processed, I was like, why did I apologize? That woman was horrible to me. Why did I apologize? And so like, to be honest, if you were that doctor, I take that apology back. You were a jerk. Like, so this new doctor that I went to on Thursday took me into a actual examination room. She listened to all my concerns. She said, have you recently had blood work? Because she wanted to see my blood work, and I had in February, so she looked at that. She was happy with it. She even was like, I don't need to check anything because they checked everything I wanted to check. And not only that, she did like tell me some of my current concerns were unnecessary, but then she also said like, hey, some of your concerns are necessary, and not only that, you have PMDD, which this is full circle for me because I used to have a friend who had PMDD, and I did not believe her. I thought she was making it up. I was not kind to her. And girl, if you're watching this video, I'm sorry. If I ever get the chance to apologize in person, I will. But if you see this before then, I am sorry. And so, after experiencing it myself, hey, look at that. Experience is the best teacher. And so, after experiencing it myself, I recognized that, like, it truly was affecting me to the point that like you can see it on camera, but there were things happening off camera with my emotions. I'm a unbothered, calm kind of person because of my somatic meditation. I am generally not easily triggered, and when I am triggered, I can work through it with some coping skills. None of that matters during that week. I'm horrible. I don't want to be around myself. I hate who I am during that week. So when this doctor said there were two options, we talked about both options, and I decided, even though I have my tubes tied, and even though I have a ablation in my uterus, which means I burned off the inside of my uterus because I'm not having no more babies, I am now on birth control. So my husband's happy to hear that I am literally triple protected from any kind of babies, because man, him and I are both kind of terrified to have another one, because I had a friend who got the clips and then had a baby. I did not get the clips. Mine are choppy-choppied, but I've been on it for a couple days now. I am interested to see what happens during the week of my luteal phase. I am interested to see how this affects my training and how it affects my mood, because honestly I don't like who I am during that week of my period, and it is 1 week out of every month, and that is not okay with me. I don't want to dislike myself once a month. Like, that's not cool, man. So I believe in changing myself to better myself, and if I don't like something about myself, I'm going to work on it. And since I can't like somatic meditation my way out of this, I'm going to do science, and I'm going to listen to the doctor, and I'm going to take birth control even though it's not preventing pregnancy. And I'm going to hope that I can actually work out during my luteal phase instead of dying. And honestly, I really hope, though, the major thing I hope is that my moods are more stable, because during that week, man, I feel bad for everyone. But I do wonder if the reason I've never seen this before is because I was on birth control from the age of 12 to the time I gave birth, either time. But then as soon as I gave birth, I was right back on birth control of some form. So it was like, and I also am on an antipsychotic because I have rage issues if I'm not on it, and I am not able to control my temper very well. And so on it, I'm very stable, and I'm happy to take it because I don't like who I am when I'm not on it. And yeah, so like my husband and I were talking about it, and we're like, how often was this PMDD the reason I was having rage issues? And we were blaming my PTSD that I'm on that medication for. And it's like, it's a really good question. So I am curious to see where my training goes. Like I said, I took creatine all week, so honestly I've felt like really good all week. I've finally been able to progress in the gym. I just like had more energy. I hit 13,000 steps regularly, and on the 10,000 steps I was usually hitting 11,000 steps. So except for on the day I hurt my back. So I'm feeling really good about where I'm at, and I'm just so proud of myself this week. Like, oh, also, I have been tallying up my running in a little running journal, and I've been tallying. I started by just tallying the total miles that I was doing, and then I started also tallying the minutes that I was running, because I thought that was really important too. So let's see, in week 8 I ran 7.02 miles, and in week 9 I ran 9.26 miles. Now that's run walking, so some of that was walking. And then this is why it's important that I total up the time, because my watch says like you ran for 15 minutes and you walked for 5 minutes, so I can total up the run time. So in week 8 I ran 59 minutes and 21 seconds, almost 60 minutes. And in week 9 I ran 82 minutes and 42 seconds. I'm a professional now. You can just call me an athlete, I guess. Anyways, so I'm feeling like an actual runner. I mean, I've been calling myself a runner for a while because like James Clear says it in Atomic Habits, but also like the I am affirmations are truly important. So I am a runner. I feel like a runner. I am a weightlifter. I'm a hybrid athlete, I guess, of some sort. I am an athlete, definitely at this point. And I am just like, I just can't tell you how proud I am of myself. And so this is the moments where it's important to celebrate, because some people would be like, 84 minutes, that's my one day of running. And that was literally how many days of running did I do? 4 days of running for me. But it's again back to comparing journeys. I'm trying very hard not to compare myself to anyone else. because in this journey, where I'm at is super important. I can see the dominoes falling around me. I can see movement forward. And I just feel really good. And I realize this is now going to be a very long vlog. So I am going to stop talking about how proud I am of myself and stop celebrating myself, even though actually that's not true. I'm going to get off camera and do it. And I'm gonna remind you to be as kind to yourself as I am to myself, because it makes things a little easier, you know? So I'll see you in the next one, and I hope you are kind to yourself this week.